air in Montana feels different by the water. Cold, clean, and ancient. Locals call it Flathead Lake, a breathtaking stretch of blue, glimmering under the sun like glass. But beneath that glass lies darkness. The lake is deeper than most people think, over 300 feet in some places. Dark, cold, and quiet. Fishermen say you can drop an anchor and it'll never touch the bottom. On calm days, the lake seems almost too perfect, too still. But ask anyone who's lived here long enough, and they'll tell you that sometimes, when the fog rolls in, the water moves on its own. Ripples, waves, like something large is shifting beneath. That's when the stories begin. Whispers of a creature older than the lake itself. A shadow, long and coiling, that surfaces just enough to remind people they're not alone.
The first recorded sighting dates back to 1889. A steamboat full of passengers was crossing the lake when a sudden disturbance rocked the vessel. At first, they thought they'd hit a log, but then the log moved against the current. Witnesses described a massive serpent-like creature, its body glistening like wet armor, easily 50 feet long. It rose just high enough to cast a shadow across the boat before slipping silently beneath the surface. Panic spread through the passengers. Some swore it had eyes that reflected light, like burning coals. Others believed it was a trick of the sun. But the captain refused to cross the lake again. To him, the creature was no myth. It was a warning.
As years passed, more sightings followed. Fishermen, swimmers, even tourists reported glimpses of something massive, something alive. In the 1950s, a local photographer claimed to have captured it, a blurry black and white image of a long neck breaking the surface of Flathead Lake. The photo made front-page news in Montana. But within weeks, the photo disappeared. The negatives were lost, and the paper's archives reported damage. Some say government agents took interest, perhaps to avoid mass panic. Others whisper the photographer simply vanished. His camera was found floating near the shore, film destroyed by water. The last frame? A shot of the lake, perfectly calm, too calm. Scientists have tried to explain it. Some say the creature could be a giant sturgeon, an ancient fish that can grow over 10 feet long and live for a century. But even sturgeons don't behave the way witnesses describe. Others suggest it's a leftover from prehistoric times, perhaps a plesiosaur, like the creature rumored in Scotland's Loch Ness. Marine biologists who've studied the lake admit there are parts of Flathead too deep to explore. Entire underwater caves, thermal currents that distort sonar readings. If something ancient truly hides there, it's found the perfect refuge, a world untouched by light, where silence has reigned for thousands of years. Yet, once every few years, something breaks the surface again. A ripple, a wave, a glimpse of the impossible.
There's a saying among the locals, Flathead doesn't give up its secrets. On moonlit nights, when the water turns silver, the lake feels alive. You can hear it. gentle waves lapping against the shore, and something deeper, something breathing. Campers tell stories of seeing glowing eyes just above the waterline. Others hear splashes in the distance, too large to be fish. Maybe it's imagination. Maybe it's something else. What we do know is this: every legend is born from a seed of truth. And sometimes, when you stare long enough into the stillness of Flathead Lake, you'll feel that strange sensation that something down there is staring back, watching, waiting for you to come closer.
Some mysteries aren't meant to be solved. The monster of Flathead Lake remains unseen, but never absent. Subscribe for more true legends, dark mysteries, and horror tales from around the world.